Right now at noon, the Missouri Department of Conservation confirms that an adult elk was killed by a mountain lion in Shannon County.
And after a foggy start to the day, we have got clear skies out there. We'll tell you how long this beautiful weather is going to last coming up.
Plus, the big question this week, will the government shut down on Saturday? We'll have the latest details on whether the House Republicans can come together with a plan.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy. We begin today's broadcast with breaking news out of Labette County, Kansas. On September 24th at 2:30 p.m., Labette County deputies were dispatched to a location a half a mile west of Ness Road on 20,000 Road in reference to a deceased individual found along a hedgerow. During the initial investigation, the deceased individual was identified as 28-year-old Kylie Caldwell. Caldwell was transported to forensic medical in Kansas City for autopsy. This is an ongoing investigation conducted by the KBI, Labette County Sheriff's Office, and Parsons Police Department. Anyone having information relating to this investigation is asked to contact police. And Joplin police investigate a home invasion burglary off Byers and Murphy neighborhood. About 1:45 a.m. Monday, Joplin police responded to a residence at 1023 South Moffett Ave. We observed the crime scene tape and that surrounds the front of the residence and extends an area covering about 1/2 block, including the street. One man was transported to an area hospital. Sergeant Swan says he doesn't know the extent of injuries or his current condition. No one is in custody. We'll know more then the person was in the house when the incident occurred. Police believe this is an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public. And this is a breaking news story that we will continue to follow. We anticipate more information later today from Joplin Police. One person is injured and 2 were taken into custody after a shooting at the Oklahoma State Fair. It happened Saturday night at the Bennett Event Center. Police say 2 groups got into an altercation when 1 person got shot. Investigators have not identified who was injured, only that they were taken to the hospital for serious injuries. The Missouri Department of Conservation confirms that an adult elk was killed by a mountain lion in Shannon County on September 12th. According to the MDC, reports of a mountain lion sighting were sent to MDC staff early on September 12th, and members of MDC's large carnivore response team responded to the area later that same day to confirm the sighting. Trail camera images were used to confirm that a mountain lion was in the area and had returned to the elk carcass to feed. MDC states mountain lions are known to travel through Missouri, but there is no known breeding population in the state. MDC staff did collect genetic samples from the site, which are in the process of being analyzed to provide further information about the animal's sex. Most confirmed sightings of mountain lions in Missouri are males. This sighting marks the 117th confirmed sighting since 1994.
Well, after some morning fog across the area, at least parts of the area, we have had the afternoon turn absolutely beautiful. Look at these clear blue skies from the MoDOT camera, 32nd and Range Line in Joplin. And of course, as we all know, it rained over the weekend. And unfortunately, as has been the trend, which is really not a good one, anytime we get some of that much needed rain, tends to be a severe threat that goes along with it. It'd be great just to get some much needed rain without having to deal with all that, but it is what it is. Yesterday started at 65, made it up to 83, so well above where we are supposed to be this time of year, but not near records at this point. And thanks to the rain we received, we're a whole 1/100th of an inch over our average for September. Hopefully that trend continues because we're still about 10 inches down for the year in terms of rainfall. Temperatures around the area are varied as we head into the afternoon because here's that frontal boundary. There's that cold front pushing through, and it's kind of just setting off some odd temperatures right along. It's a 75 Stockton Lamar, 81 Joplin, 80 Pittsburgh, 78 Chautauqua, and then our friends further out west, Chanute, Neodesha, Sedan, Independence. We're starting to get a little warmer, mid-upper 80s out there. And over the next few days, points from Chanute, let's say Chanute, Iola, down toward Independence to the west, could actually see highs a little closer to 90. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Heading into the evening, we are holding on to those clear skies, nice temperatures, eventually dropping back through the 60s. We'll have a full look at your forecast, including that 7-day, here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
Thanks, Chris. The Hetty Foundation hosted its 2nd annual fundraising event for local kids with cancer. The Christian Hetty Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was founded by KOAM's chief meteorologist, Doug Hetty, and his wife, Leslie Hetty. The inspiration for the foundation comes from their son, Christian Hetty, and his courageous battle with DSRCT cancer. Over 350 guests were in attendance for Saturday's Go Gold Gala. The inspiring night shared videos and clips of Christian Hetty's journey and introduced on stage 8-year-old Jackson, who sat and talked about his journey with cancer. Little Jackson is one of many children who has benefited from the assistance of the Christian Hetty Foundation. The evening wrapped with the comedian hypnotist Jonathan Yeager, who entered the crowd by bringing a group of audience members on stage, including several KOAM employees, which made for a night full of laughter and donations for the cause. To donate to the continuing work of helping other local families experiencing a child with cancer, you can go to ChristianHettyFoundation.com and click on the donate button. Taylor Swift attended the Kansas City Chiefs against the Chicago Bears game on Sunday, adding fuel to the rumors that she's dating Chiefs player Travis Kelce. Rumors have been circulating that Swift and Kelce have been dating for a few weeks. In July, Kelce said on his podcast that he tried to give his number to Swift when she played a show in Kansas City. The day before, Kelce's older brother Jason, who plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, said on the Whip Morning Show that the Swift and Kelce dating rumors were, quote, 100% true. And that's a look at today's top stories and weather in the 4 states region. Up next on KOAM News at Noon. Tensions run high Monday morning as contract negotiations have yet to be settled after UAW President Shawn Fain announced the strike of 38 plants only a few days ago. And later, we're making hearty chicken and corn soup in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. We'll be right back. As day 11 of the United Auto Workers strike continues, the Big Three is gaining momentum. Still no sign of either side willing to make a deal. And outside the Stellantis parts distribution plant in Warren, auto workers are not afraid to have their voices heard.
As day 11 of the United Auto Workers strike against the Big Three continues to gain momentum, still no sign of either side willing to make a deal. And outside the Stellantis parts distribution plant here in Warren, auto workers are not afraid to have their voices heard.
No contract! No work!
Tensions high Monday morning as contract negotiations have yet to be settled after UAW President Shawn Fain announced the strike of 38 plants only a few days ago.
It's time to show the companies we are united and we are fired up and we are ready for a record contract.
The strike now grabbing national attention. President Joe Biden expected to meet with auto workers on the picket lines in Metro Detroit Tuesday afternoon. Following that visit, former president and GOP frontrunner Donald Trump also planning to make an appearance to show his support in Clinton Township on Wednesday. What do these visits mean for union workers ahead of the next election?
It shows that we are still a very relevant demographic that, both parties need to pay more attention to, do more to support us, and not just at election time. They need to be more sympathetic of our cause, that we are not here just for us. We are not greedy people that are just looking to get another house, another boat, another car. We're here to try to ensure that the future of the middle class is sustained.
If he's not here to support us, we don't want him here. Bottom line, so he's here to get in line, to push what we're looking for. We bring them. We want everybody that's here to be here to supporting us.
A lot happening here in Metro Detroit, and of course, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments involving contract negotiations. But for now, reporting in Warren, Alicia Bergio, CBS News Detroit.
Time is running out for Congress to prevent a government shutdown before the end of the week. GOP House leaders worked through the weekend to prevent a stoppage, but if the party doesn't come together, a shutdown could be unpreventable. Rebecca Castor has more from Washington.
The big question this week, will the government shut down on Saturday? That's when it'll run out of money unless House Republicans can come together with a plan.
People in my district are willing to shut the government down for more conservative fiscal policy.
Most House Republicans want to pass a short-term spending bill called a CR to keep the government running. But a handful of hardliners want to slash funding and vote on a series of individual spending bills.
The funding resolution that we want to put forward also puts a rider in that forces the Biden administration to secure the southern border, and it has an 8% cut in government spending. I think that's a really good compromise.
But if Republican detractors don't vote with the party, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy will have a decision to make. Risk a shutdown to keep his job or cross party lines and whip votes from Democrats.
And if people want to close the government, it only makes it weaker. Why would they want to stop paying the troops or stop paying the border agents or the Coast Guard? I don't understand how that makes you stronger.
The Biden administration says it's not to blame if the government shuts down.
Funding the government is one of those basic responsibilities of Congress. And it's time for the Republicans to start doing the job America elected them to do.
The House is expected to start voting on several individual spending bills Tuesday, but even if Republicans can agree, time is running out for bills to also pass in the Senate, making a shutdown even more likely. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, we see what's cooking with Mr. Food.
But first, we have an absolutely gorgeous day out there and a warm week ahead of us. We'll take a look at that forecast when the KOAM News at Noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So we've had ourselves a relatively decent day. We had the dense fog to deal with this morning, at least for some of us. And of course, that is all burned off and it has left us with this mostly clear skies. In fact, we could just about plain old call this clear skies, blue skies from the MODOC camera at 32nd and Range Line in Joplin. And we head down south to Neosho. Well, we've got blue skies down there as well from the MODOC camera at US 60, Missouri 59. Looking back toward the west, at Lusk Drive. Everything looking great. Our camera here at the KOAM studios looking back to the southeast has either it suddenly began raining only on this camera, or that's a spider web, or it's all of the above. Spider web is what I'm being told. We'll believe it's a spider web, but otherwise, again, clear skies out there. Now, the KDOT camera at 69 East 520th Avenue, not looking up high enough where you can see the sky, but you can see the shadows from the sunshine, indicating clear skies. And same from our camera at 7th and Range Line in Joplin. That is all we've got today. 81 feels like a whopping 82. It's not that bad out there. Northwest breeze at about 5 miles an hour. We head over to Pittsburgh. Again, the sunny skies out there, plenty of sunshine. 81 in Pittsburgh. West breeze at 3. Wind arrows all over the place as we begin this little transition from the system that brought us the showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. We are looking really awkward because here's where that boundary is, but it's not a significant boundary, as you can see. It's just enough to make it odd. 75 Lamar, 79 in Carthage, 81 Miami, 84 Parsons Chanute, 85 in Neodesha, and 86 in Sedan. And that's something we're going to talk about in just a moment. As you can see, much warmer further west. We're looking in general at highs low to mid 80s across the area. As you noticed, we'll have the sunny skies, and we'll hang on to these clear skies as we head into the evening as well. Nice temperatures through the evening, a little cool overnight, but not bad, but all in all still above normals. We go back in the lower 60s. As we head into tomorrow, once again, mid 80s out there. The temperatures remaining warm, above average, a few clouds, and pushing near 90 in parts of southeast Kansas. Something I wanted to touch on. There's that rough point from, we're going to say, Iola, Chanute, Independence, Chautauqua, Death area, and to the west. It could stay a little bit warmer, close to 90 over the next few days, so well above average out there. In general, though, we're talking mid-upper 80s across the area. And take a look at this 7-day forecast. It is simplistic. I wasn't lazy. I didn't just copy and paste, but that's certainly what it looks like. Partly cloudy skies, again, mid-upper 80s, overnight lows, low to mid-60s, all the way into the weekend. And then that trend carries into next week. We're a pinch cooler, low 80s Monday, Tuesday, upper 70s by Wednesday. Of course, that allows our overnight lows to get back into the upper 50s. And the only rain chance we have in the next several days right now is Wednesday evening. Some light showers possible out there. So unfortunately, we are going to remain dry for the next several days. But on the flip side of that, if you've been putting off some yard work, some housework, or putting up the Halloween decorations, it's never too early, as we're learning.
Absolutely.
Now, this week, the time to do it out there. So
hey, get it in now, because we're going to be complaining when that rain and that cold winter weather hits us.
Now's the time to do that stuff outside.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around because we're making hearty chicken and corn soup in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. It's time to check in with Howard and the Mr. Food Kitchen staff. Today he's making a creamy soup studded with corn, spinach, potatoes, and tender chicken. It's called Hearty Chicken and Corn Soup. Take a look.
No matter how many soup recipes we share with you, we always get requests for more. So now with the kids back in school and the weather starting to cool down, we're sharing a brand new soup recipe that'll keep you warm and your belly full all season long. After melting some butter in a soup pot, we saute some onion and carrot to give them a nutty flavor. Next, we add a good amount of chicken broth, along with some potatoes that we've peeled and diced. Yes, this is going to be really hearty. After this cooks for a bit and the potatoes are fork tender, we add in some canned cream-style corn, a package of frozen chopped spinach, some shredded cooked chicken, and a pinch or so of ground black pepper. Once the soup is heated through and all the flavors come together, it's ready to satisfy any appetite. I mean, who can resist a creamy soup studded with corn, spinach, potatoes, and lots of tender chicken? Not me. And don't forget to set out some bread for Duncan. That's the best part. The recipe for our hearty chicken and corn soup is waiting for you online so you can enjoy it as soon as tonight. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a super comforting way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
To find this recipe, along with many others, just head over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com and click on Mr. Food. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, pretty straightforward the next few days. We're looking at highs right around the mid-80s, out points west in southeast Kansas. Could get a little warmer, closer to 90, so definitely above average. Partly cloudy skies. Overnight lows hanging out in the low to mid-60s.
All right, that looks pretty good. Thanks, Chris. Well, coming up tonight at 5, each year more than 2,000 children in the U.S. die of sudden cardiac arrest, but CPR and automated external defibrillators can be life-saving. We have a story on one young man who had a very close call and how parents and schools can be prepared with kids back in the classroom and on the field for fall sports. Plus details on a $30 million grant for railroad safety improvements in southeast Kansas and a community baby shower for Cherokee County mothers in need. Join us for those stories and more on the KOAM News at 5. And that'll be the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. Have a great rest of your day.